Hi Aquarius, thanks for tuning into your reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So this is your love outcome reading for June 2022 for cross watchers and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I do think it's worth checking out your Venus signs, especially in love readings when you're looking for love, or you're watching to get a reading on your love life, because Venus is the planet of love essentially. And I just felt guided to say that to you guys. I think I've had a little breakthrough in that area myself. So anyway, with that being said, let's just jump right into the reading. So what's a big message from Spirit? Spirit wants you to know for June 2022 for Aquarius. We've got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is a fellow fixed sign like yourself. It's Taurus energy. You could have it strong in your chart, or you're dealing with somebody like this. It's also a card that represents people in positions of authority. Like you can see, this is like a priest or a pope on the card, but could be representing like any kind of authority. But what it's essentially saying here for you guys, like the big message from Spirit for Aquarius this month, is just to stick with the tried and true, which is kind of hard for Aquarius sometimes because you guys are ruled by Uranus. You are Uranus, and you want to be, unique and different, and to embrace that part of yourself. But this is saying to stick more with the tried and true. And it can also mean like pursuing knowledge or a spiritual guide. So if you'd like a private reading, you can check out my description box down below, or find, your favorite tarot reader, your favorite spiritual guide, and commune with them. But this does indicate, turning to your spirituality, usually with the help and aid of somebody else, in order to get some guidance regarding your love life this month. But I feel like the main thing is that this is like an actual figure here, is what I'm feeling. And so you could be going to church, and then with the engagement card, you could be getting married for an odd few here, with this showing engagement. So you could be being proposed to, somebody could be getting down on one knee in front of you, that kind of thing. That's very exciting. So I think that for the majority of you, wherever you're at, like for instance, you're only at the early stages of having a crush on somebody or them on you, then engagement means moving it up to the next level. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So it means like talking to your crush or going on that date. If you're dating, it means getting into a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it means potentially, well, yeah, it does. If you're in a relationship, engagement card comes out, it indicates the obvious, that an engagement is imminent. He's got his hand on her hand, putting, a ring on her finger. So this is what we're seeing here, and especially with the Hierophant right next to it. I mean, this is serious stuff. Hierophant is a, religious figure. People, I don't know what percentage still get married at church, but traditionally we think of the priest marrying a couple. So anyways, symbolically, this is what it's saying. Bottom line, something is happening here. And your message is to just keep sticking with the tried and true, what's worked for you in your love life so far. And that's what's going to lead you to, your love life ascending, for whatever that means for you, going to the next level. So I think that's pretty positive. Let's get you another card for clarification, another message too. Now this is all about, traditions, conformity, expectation, things that the rebel Aquarius doesn't always like to embrace, but it's going to be working in your favor this month. It might be a change for you. It might cause stress. It might be like, a stretch for you, but in order for something to grow, it needs to stretch. In order for your love life to grow in the ways that you want it to, or if you're with someone, or for that relationship to grow, you need to endure the discomfort of the stretch, right? And the stretch would be then conforming to certain expectations or things like that in order to achieve this ascension in your love life. Yeah, we've got the Death card. Okay, so this is about, letting go of something. Okay, this is about letting go of something in order for something new to occur within. And I feel like it's more to do with like attachment. Okay, so it's getting out of that fixed energy, not being too much in attachment. It's about give me a moment. I feel like some of you are leaving a situation where there was a lot of attachment, mistreatment, or abuse of some kind, addictions of some kind. And so this is like working a program, and then that leads to meeting someone, or you work it with someone and it elevates. Bottom line, it's like these steps are all in place for you to ascend in your love life, right? And get more of what you want in love. And it's happening in June, okay? So, but regardless of your scenario, if you don't have any sort of situation like that that is ending, or that you're trying to hold on to, or that someone like that is trying to hold on to you, even if that's not the case, bottom line is you don't have to have the courage to take all the steps. You just have to have the courage to take the first one, okay? And as a rebel myself, I know that it is hard to, surrender your own control, or your own sense of what you think is right, or your own tried and true ways of doing things. Like, you don't want to listen to or change your belief system, but this is saying that it's only hurting you to not do that in this sense, okay? With this death card. Because it's creating stagnation in your love life, inertia, it's dashing your hopes, it's keeping you in a path that keeps getting your hopes dashed, right? It's not serving you, basically. Bottom line, it's making you feel stuck for some. Yeah. And if that's not you, cool, kudos to you, because you're letting this transformation happen. Big changes and ending, a time of moving on, rebirth and transformation. It's all here. It's all kind of dependent on freeing yourself from attachment issues, being too much in the ego, not wanting to surrender control to something higher than yourself. But just look at it this way. We are all, gods of our reality. We are all created in the likeness of the creative source, or higher power, God, whatever you want to call it to be, PC, the universe. And so when you surrender to your higher self, you're still surrendering to yourself, right? Your higher self has different ideas maybe than what your earthly ego-bound self has had. And we all have that ego that served us when we were trying to run in the jungle, run in the Serengeti away from tigers that are trying to eat us, right? That the ego served to keep us safe. It's actually outdated in the present modern world in almost every regard. So it's time to surrender to your higher power, your higher self, in order to get this done, in order to ascend to the next level in your love life, guys. That's what I got for you. Thank you for tuning in. It's wonderful. I like this reading, actually, and I hope you did like it as well. And if you'd like to, you can check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs for more information. And I'm moving on to the next sign.